has everybody been during this bizarre climate?
It's weird. I mean, today is actually a very special day when we have the interview because we just released our very first single officially, Habits of Time, from our new album Omega. We recorded it, kind of half of it, or like 3/4 before COVID-19, and then the last part, the vocals, was a bit challenging because we were not allowed to travel anymore. So Mark recorded in Sicily. And I live in south of Germany, so I had to record somewhere close by. And the guys were recording the choir in Czech Republic. And then, like shortly after they were done, it was, pandemic, lockdown and everything. So we were actually kind of lucky when it came to recording the new album. But I mean, I feel for all of my colleagues, everybody in the art industry, and especially also those that just released new records. And it's a little bit, it's like a climax in your career every time you have a new album, and then you want to show it to the world. You want to play the songs live because that's the last step in the creation of a new record, playing them live. But we have to be patient.
Yeah, because you guys were going to tour with Apocalyptica, and then that's been postponed now. So, I mean, on the kind of run up to making that decision, like what was going through your head at that point?
Well, I love Apocalyptica. They're one of the first metal bands I got in touch with when I switched or transitioned from rock music to metal music. I was a fan of their work, and to have the opportunity to play with such an amazing band and an amazing live band as well. They're great entertainers. I was looking forward to it. Because Epica, we're a symphonic metal band, and we combine classical music with metal as well. We love that combination. And Apocalyptica is an amazing band, and they're nice guys. They're fun. And I was, basically now at the end of October, the tour would have started. And we were all looking forward to it. I met them in January when they played in Stuttgart with Sabaton and Amaranthe. And I had to do like 500 announcement videos with Pertu. And we were like totally, you become a little bit goofy after a couple of video announcements. And we thought, okay, that was in January. Never knew what was going to hit us. So
it seems like so long ago.
Sorry?
It seems like so long ago now, all of this.
It's a different world, huh? Well, within 2020, we thought 2020 is going to be our year. Like for everybody, it's such a magical number, but it's it's actually a year in which we all have to learn quite a hard lesson.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as you said, Abyss of Time is now out, and it's part of your Omega album. So when it comes to choosing what song from an album that you're going to like release as a single prematurely, which one do you pick? How do you know which one you're going to go for?
Well, with the writing process of this album, we also wanted to really take in account or consider writing some songs that would be great killer live songs and have them be singles as well. Of course, we have 5 songwriters. All of the guys have written songs, and everybody has their preference. So not all of the guys are completely objective when it comes to picking out a single. Everybody will probably fight for their own song, but we have our producer, we have our management, we have our record company that help us pick some songs. And during the writing process and then the recording process, and when the songs are actually finished, it can still kind of change. But mostly the songs with the catchy chorus and the compact songs win the title to be a single. But the very first single, Abyss of Time, we recorded a video for as well, is actually quite a long song. It's not like a 3.5-minute song where a lot of bands would go for, but it's almost 5 minutes or so. And that's also tricky for the people that are going to do our videos. Like, we've got to fill up 5 minutes of band shots and try to tell a story and everything. But yeah, we vote. We have mostly 3 songs are like that's everybody agrees on, and then there's some songs where everybody has a different opinion on. But we are a democratic band, so we just like make lists and everything, and that's how we roll.
Yeah, oh no, that's cool. So what was behind the idea for Omega? Because I'm just like looking at the album artwork and the merch artwork, and there's a lot of like geometric patterns. It's kind of like a womanly figure. Do you want to just tell us a little bit more about like the story and ideas behind the album?
Yeah, it's well, there is one. It's not an official concept album, but one theme that keeps on coming back is the kind of the balance between good and evil, light and dark, in the lyrics and the music as well. It can be very euphoric, but very dark at sometimes. And lyric-wise, it's all kind of going in that same direction. It's very spiritual. We do have a third Kingdom of Heaven part, like the last part of the Kingdom of Heaven trilogy, which is one of my personal favorite songs. Mark and I both split the lyrics, so he comes with the album title. He writes the lyrics for the songs he composed the music to. That's always kind of quickly said. And we mix it with current events, what's going on in society. Like one of the songs I wrote the lyrics for, it's called Gaia. It's basically about climate emergency and kind of a tribute to Mother Nature and an apology to what we've done. And hopefully we can turn the tide by creating sustainable solutions. I'm a mother, so I think about the future, and I'm very worried about the future of our planet, our home. Code of Life is a lyric I wrote myself as well after watching a very interesting documentary on Netflix. It's called Unnatural Selection, where they are discussing genome editing, like CRISPR-9 technique, where they can, copy paste your DNA to fix you or to make like superhumans or designer babies. And I found that very interesting, very intriguing, but also very scary at the same time. Us trying to play God. It also connects to the song Gaia, where we just have pushed our limits too far. We're only thinking about ourselves. And basically it's about restoring the balance in the world, the universe, but also within ourselves. Like songs, themes like depression, anxiety, I don't know, midlife crisis, all those things. Where I'm one of the youngest, I'm mid 30s, but some of the guys have reached 40, and I've seen it with friends around me. It's kind of a turning point in your life, setting priorities, what's important. We know that our fans appreciate our lyrics, so we do put a lot of effort in it, trying to make them think, not just write about dragons, even though I have a song called Chasing the Dragon, but that's metaphorically speaking. So.
No, I totally agree with that as well. Like, it's so easy, I think, for people to kind of just take without really looking at the bigger picture, global picture, quite literally, especially if you kind of don't see it in everyday life. It's not really until you like kind of really look at the world around you. And I don't know about over where you are, but in the UK we've had some weird weather over the last few years. Hot when it's not meant to be, cold when it's not meant to be, and it's
flowers
like
flourishing in autumn and winter. It's like everything is totally out of balance. And it started with me last year in August. I mean, I've always been kind of conscious about my lifestyle, and also teaching my son to never drop garbage on the floor, treat animals with respect, don't kill bugs. Bugs are not scary, they're important. Try to save the bees, with like water, sugar solutions, all that stuff he knows about. And he's a very nature loving guy. We also live here close to the forest, so we don't live in a concrete jungle. And last year in August, we were on a holiday, and that's when the Amazon was burning. And of course, social media in general can depict a very wrong image of what's going on, but they can also, like, I mean, wrong in the sense where they leave out important information and you just don't know what to trust anymore. And since we're all part-time living online, we should pick our sources where we get our information from very carefully. And I started donating money to Greenpeace, and as much as I can miss, I like to donate in order for me to help, besides of course writing lyrics and speaking to a larger audience about doing the same thing, because I do really would like a future for my son and future generations. And now during this pandemic, it's become very clear to me who thinks about the greater good and not just about themselves. Like, a lot of people are showing their true face now these days, and that actually sometimes makes me even more sad, like realizing how fucked up the world is and how I'm always positive. I have a positive attitude, always try to think the best about everybody, but sometimes reality check hits you hard.
Yeah, absolutely. I know that there was a company, something, their name is something like Tree Sisters, and they do like it's so cheap, but like £5 lets them plant like a lot of trees for the money that you donate, and that's something that I've been looking into quite recently since I heard about it. And they kind of go to like rainforests and stuff where the Amazon, or it has been burnt down or taken down for whatever reason, and they help to kind of rebuild. So I've over the last year or so, it's definitely something I've been more conscious of.
Yeah, trying to help wherever you can. We don't have a garden, but my husband has planted like wildflowers in the garden of his parents, so the bees can, and the insects can flourish, because in Germany actually there's a law now that has forbidden to create gardens just with stones and everything. Everybody needs to plant plants and flowers, wildflowers, where a lot of bees and also bugs are attracted to. And we have just a tiny balcony, and we planted we have a lot of I don't know, lavender, and bees love lavender.
Yeah.
And we leave all the bugs, we just let them live there, all the spiders. We have this huge spider. I haven't decided a name for her, but she's huge. She lives in the lavender on our balcony, and it's fascinating to watch her. I'm a little bit scared of spiders, but I respect them, and they're very important. And yeah, that's one of my duties as a mom, to tell my son also to respect all living things, and that they are important. And he's only 7, but he knows much more about nature than I did at that age.
Yeah, I think that's really important. So I have to ask, obviously, because this is part of our Scarefest. So, are you a Halloween fan?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I love it. I mean, one of my favorite movies of all time is Night Before Christmas, and I actually performed some songs of the movie. I mean, we've often been on tour during Halloween, so that's the perfect opportunity for me to sing one of the songs from Night Before Christmas. And I recently, a fan shared a video of me. I think we were in Canada, and I was singing Sally's song. And after the regular Epica set, before the announcement, I quickly went backstage and drew some stitches all over my face, and then came on stage and sang the song. And I also sang This Is Halloween live on stage, and my son loves it too. He even has like stuffed Jack, like cuddle figures. And in front of our TV, I have a really cute little display with all the figurines from Night Before Christmas. In Germany, it's coming now, and I'm finally home this year, so I'm definitely going to go trick-or-treating with my son, see if we can get some sweets.
That'd be really nice. Is there anything that you do like every year religiously? Like, is there a certain film that you have to watch, or is there like a favorite Halloween song?
Yeah, of course, the whole soundtrack from This Is Halloween, of course. I told Vincent yesterday or 2 days ago, I was like, yeah, we should watch Nightmare Before Christmas again, because he was totally into it for a long time. And but I watch those movies also in summertime. I can always watch them because to me they are like rituals. It's where I get calmed down. I just love diving into the Tim Burton world, and Danny Elfman creates some beautiful scores. I'm a big movie fan. Also Rob, our bass player, he's a huge movie fan as well. And yeah, what would we be also nowadays without Netflix? We're like eating up series at a rapid rate. But I would say Nightmare Before Christmas, Hocus Pocus.
Yes, that's one of my favorites.
I love Bette Midler. I love Sarah Jessica Parker. Last year we were on tour in Latin America, and I recorded the song that Sarah sings on the broom when she's like trying to enchant the children. I put it on my Instagram. I sing the song. I recorded it on my iPhone with my headphones and was recording some video footage and like put the curtain behind me, and I put dark makeup on and a nice dress, and I like fabricated a little video of me singing that song, and fans loved it. So I always try to do something to celebrate Halloween in my own way, whatever means I have at hand. And I quickly had to take off the makeup because then we were going out to dinner with the band. It was very hectic, but the fans love it.
It was worth it though.
Yeah, I need to be creative 24/7, otherwise I go crazy.
Yeah, we did get one fan question for you, if that's okay.
Yeah.
So, as the band has two vocalists, do you write songs? Do you write to the strength of the song, or do you kind of pre-plan that? Okay, this song is going to be sung by Mark, or this song is going to have more you in it, or does it just kind of flow?
It's a natural flow actually, but mostly the rhythm of a song kind of predicts if it's me singing on top of it or Mark. Kind of the more static verses are often grunts, but it's always open for we're open for everything, and we try everything and just adapt to what the song needs. And in the past we've done several versions of songs where there's one where I'm singing and one with grunts. And a good example is for Martyr of the Free Word. It's an official grunt song with me singing the choruses. But for our 10-year anniversary for Design Universe, we have rewritten 5 songs, I believe, acoustically, and we made a beautiful ballad out of Martyr of the Free Words. So it doesn't really matter. There are not a lot of rules. It's just what you make out of it. And the difference between, or the how do you say, the Beauty and the Beast element has always been there in Epica. The exchange of my vocals and Marcus' vocals. It's also a little bit the topic of the album, light and dark, Beauty and the Beast. And even though a lot of people think I'm so innocent, but I'm not. So Mark's the beauty and I'm actually the beast.
That's really awesome. Thank you so much for taking the time to have a chat with us today. Stay safe, and I hope you have a great Halloween.
Thank you. I hope you too. Are you going to watch The Night Before Christmas too? And Hocus Pocus?
Of course, every year.
Yeah. I never watch it. I can watch movies 100 times. If I love them, I don't care.
Yeah, no, me too. I don't get it when people are like, I've watched it once and that's it forever. If I love it.
Happened, except for now we started rewatching Sherlock, the Netflix series with Benedict Cumberbatch.
Yeah.
He's like that and another movie or series he said he can watch over and over. Like he's this big Star Trek fan and Star Wars, but there's movies I have seen more than 100 times. But then again, I'm a big movie fan, and I draw a lot of inspiration for my lyrics out of movies as well. So that's maybe a nice thing to say to conclude the interview.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. Thank you so much. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you. I'll be going to bed now. It's almost bedtime for me. Metal mommy, huh? Yeah.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Cheers. Have a great evening. Bye.
Feel forced to live in silence, eating dust and breathing violence, keeping all the suffering within. Let me be the one to hold you, trying hard, remaining hopeful, making sure your heart is free. In mother's heart, blood was born, where we belong, our nations torn, passage gone, alone, unknown to us all. Waiting to see your conviction, swallowing broad premonitions, clinging unto hope that slowly dies. Standing in the rooms of nature, forced by forces born from danger, leading hands where virtues live on us. In mother's heart, blood was born, although unknown to us all. See the rays of light, winds and hurricanes, the essence of a life lies within routines. Come and see the days of history. The mirrors in the eyes are reflecting the fear. We can't hide your colors. We will see the last stand from the heart where we belong. Rubber blind to the wasteland beyond.
My Savior one day, in this place our way, build a world of death, heal the fallen way. Your mortality is the highest price. Your life and in a labyrinth that inside out.
In mother's heart, blood was born, where we belong, our nations torn, passage on, around to us all. See the rays of light and hurricanes, the essence of our lives lies within routines. Come and see the days of history. The mirrors in the eyes are reflecting the sea. See the sands of time, faded prophecies. always end in losing to life's guarantees. There are promises behind your demise. The challenge to be free is a loss and to rise. We can fly through commands. We will see their nest. Stand from the heart where we belong. And we all know why. Walk through commandments, came the law. Never blind to the wasteland beyond. Merci beaucoup, Paris.